Hey guys, so today's video was like a chit chat format. I believe today is day 6 of 12 days of Christmas. I'm so sorry that I have not been keeping up with uploading on time, working a full-time job, and trying to film, edit, as well as run a business has its stresses, and it can be a little bit overwhelming. So I'm trying to keep up. You will get 12 videos. If they're going to be back to back, I'm not sure. I'm trying though. I'm trying. So I was asked how come I am able to like travel while working a full-time job, and if I have like all this student loan debt, how am I, able to, I guess, like organize and be diligent with paying my student loans if it seems like I'm spending so much money. So Patrice Washington, who is the money maven, if you follow her on Instagram, she put up this post that was so true the other. So the post said something like, stop judging people's purchases based on your wallet, your cash flow, and your bank balance. That could not be any more truthful. Like, the thing is, you have to realize that all of us are not in the same bucket when it comes to whether that's salary or how much money you're bringing in, what it is you own as far as assets. And you have to kind of stop judging people's financial decisions because you have no clue what they have coming in and out of, their households, their wallets, or whatever. So to be completely honest, I have 6-figure student loan debt. I went to Penn State University. After that, I did go on and get my master's. And when I total it all up, yes, I have 6-figure student loan debt. But when I first graduated, I was very, very discouraged. I won't say depressed because I wasn't depressed, but I was very discouraged by how much I had in student loans, and I didn't understand how heavy the load was until I was working, paying my own bills, and having to take on that load. But what I refused to do was sit and just grovel and not enjoy life just because I owed this money. My mom went to school. She has a degree, but she went in state. So, there are a lot of things that she didn't know about going to school out of state, and there are things that we learned as I was already there. Did I love Penn State? Absolutely. I would not change, the experience for anything, but I owe them a lot of money. I think I wrote a post about this on my blog. It was titled like Student Loans, Do We Give a Damn or Nah? Where I just talked about like having 6-figure student loan debt, but also that, I have a plan, I make very good money, and I have decided that based on what's important to me, that's how I will spend, on my financial goals and my monthly bills and things like that. So when you are mapping out your financial goals, while debt payoff can be one of them, that doesn't mean that something fun, let's say, can't be part of that either. Traveling is one of my favorite things to do. It's my favorite pastime. I've been traveling since I was a kid, and that's because my mom actually exposed me to that. When I graduated school, that's something that I told myself every year, if not at least once, I would be traveling a few times a year to just see the world, to just enjoy life. And because I do have a 9-to-5 and I'm working every day, and I have to put in time to take vacation and stuff, things that, maybe an entrepreneur might not necessarily have to go through. Yes, I'm taking every single vacation day. Yes, some of that might include a staycation, but you best believe that I am going to travel. But does that mean that my student loans are like in default, that I'm not paying them? No, I'm actually paying them. I actually have a plan. And, there are certain loans where I'm paying even more than the minimum to actually pay them off ahead of time. It's very hard to manage sometimes, but because it's something that is important to me, I make sure that I set myself up for success and that I plan these things out. Working full-time and traveling, even that in itself has to be strategic because I work a full-time job. Like, I technically don't determine, today I wake up and, I just don't feel like going. Sometimes you could just call in sick or whatever, but, that's a little bit different. But ultimately, I do have someone that I report to, that I answer to, and that was my own personal choice, my own personal decision, to be transparent. I pay, about $1,400 in student loan, and that's based off of the minimum payment. So you can imagine how much more I'm paying, because there are loans where I'm paying more than the minimum because I want to accelerate my payoff date. Now, that doesn't mean that, you guys have to do that, or people who have six-figure debt have to be doing that. But it's something that I personally chose to do because I don't want to be paying forever. I'm hoping that by 31, I'll be completely done. Do I see completely how I'm going to do that? No. But, I'm claiming it, and I'm taking the necessary steps to get there. I think I've mentioned this before. Outside of my 9 to 5, I also opened up a tax business with my mom last year. We'll be reopening January 2nd. For tax season again. It's called Value Tax. We are at 843 Empire Boulevard in Brooklyn. If you are looking to get your taxes done, shameless plug there. But that is a business that ultimately has the potential to make six figures on its own, and maybe even more. And it's my hope that as that gets off the ground, that's something that also can be put towards some of my financial goals, with the key being pay off my student loans. But I'm not going to not live life, so to speak, just because I have this debt. Now, am I going to be responsible? Yes. I'm not going to be out here traveling and spending frivolously and my bills aren't paid, because that's just not smart. And I care too much about having my finances in order, having good credit. Those things are important to me, which is why one of the reasons why I preach that to you guys here on YouTube. Last year, around this time, actually, I launched Your Life and Finance, which is a financial lifestyle brand which is geared towards Black women, and teaching us, I should say, because I'm in that market, about how to be successful not only in our finances but also in life and in our careers, in all things money, all things that are tied to our finances. And it has been one hell of a ride. I'm actually going to do another video, Your Life and Finance, a year in review, just letting you know how it's been building a brand, which I'm still building. I'm still learning. If you guys ever want like detailed information about different topics, credit, debt payoff, budgeting, saving, you can head to yourlifeandfinance.com. And you can also submit questions. If you have a personal money story that you have that you want to share, you can also share that too. But I think I'm rambling, but the purpose of this video, or a little chit chat, was just to kind of tell you guys how I actually manage, having student loan debt and still trying to live a life that I deem, successful or, wealthy. Because wealthy, in my opinion, is more than just what you have in your bank account balance. But what's important to you? Is it more time, financial freedom, what makes life worth living to you? That's what, being wealthy is about, when you have the things that, money can't buy. And for me, traveling is one of those things. I mean, you pay for traveling, but the experience is something that you can't purchase, if you get what I mean. But I don't know. I think that's pretty much it. If you guys ever have any questions, about, my specific story, how I'm managing, feel free to ask, leave, questions and comments, in the little chat box down below. And I'll be sure to answer that. I'm still getting used to being on YouTube and learning how to edit and trying to, be consistent with a film schedule and all of those things. But I do think that, as it being a video platform, it is a little bit more personal, and I'm able to kind of just talk through the things that I am doing, or how I'm able to be successful in certain situations, and my failures. Like, because I'm not perfect. When I first graduated college and I got my first job, I was spending. I had never had paychecks that was that much money. I did not know what to do with myself. And then I realized they weren't taking out taxes. Then I was scared, because I was like, oh, am I going to owe the IRS? So I do have little stories about where I was just like, what, careless, and things like that. But overall, I've learned, different lessons and how to be more financially responsible. And, here we are today. This video, was very impromptu. I'm actually like literally holding the camera as I'm speaking. My arm is actually starting to hurt. Shout out to people who be vlogging and all of that. Like, this stuff is not easy. But yeah, my shoulder's hurting. But I wanted it to be candid. I didn't want it to be one of those things where I was like, speaking like I was scripted or anything like that. I wanted to kind of talk off the top of my head and just be honest and, upfront. with you guys. But yeah, so that's it for this video. Hopefully I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.